We'd also like your reaction to the acquittal of the Angleton, Texas father who was on trial for allegedly executing the drunk driver who ran in to his boys and killed them as the father and the 11 and 12-year-old boys were pushing the truck home. This is that case down in Angleton near Houston. It was a dark, unlit road. They were 100 yards from the house. The Ford pickup was out of gas. Dad and the 11 and 12-year-old sons were pushing it when a drunk slammed into the back of the truck and killed the 11 and 12-year-old boys. Prosecutors said the dad went home, got a pistol, went up to the drunk driver and executed him with a shot to the head right there on the scene. But yesterday, after 3 hours of deliberations, the jury acquitted the father, not guilty, and he was a free man after being on trial for allegedly murdering the drunk driver. Are you shocked by the verdict?
Sarah is calling on KLBJ Radio. Good morning, Sarah. Welcome aboard.
Good morning. I don't know why I've been so fascinated with this case, but I've been following it from the beginning, and I think it's because I have two sons myself. You know, what people are not realizing is there was a mom and a newborn baby and a little sister that's very close in age to these boys in the truck. So they also witnessed this. The dad didn't want the mom and the little sister and the newborn baby walking, which is why they were pushing the truck. Now, I would not have had my sons do that, but it's easy to armchair quarterback, just like Ed said. But another thing that we need to realize is the 911 calls started coming in just minutes after the accident, one of which was from the cousin of the driver who happened to attend a party the same night, the same time with the guy who was shot. And he witnessed to the fact that there were shootings at the party that they had just left. How do we know that someone didn't follow these guys and shoot them on the scene? I mean, there's so many possibilities to this, crime.
But if that happened, the father more than likely would have seen that, and the mother more than likely would have seen that.
But you know what, Ed? I mean, his sons were cut in half. Which is a detail that I wish I had never heard, never. But how would he have even remembered? Honestly, when the 911 calls came in, you could hear the father screaming in the background.
Yes.
So how did he have time to run home and grab a gun? I don't think he did it. I really don't think he did it.
You don't?
I think somebody close to the family did, however. I do. I don't know. I don't think mom. I mean, what did she leave the newborn and the daughter in the truck? I don't understand, but I honestly, in my heart, don't think that David Barajas did this. I don't.
All right, Sarah, thanks very much. A forensic scientist testified blood found on the driver's side door of the drunk driver's car and the driver's armrest of the drunk driver's car was consistent with the blood of the father. They also found a bullet fragment in the drunk driver's car from a .357. That ammunition was consistent with a holster found in the father's home. And they did not find the gun, however. They found a holster for a .357.
But not the gun.
But no ammunition and no gun. And there were no powder residue found on the father.
Yeah, and they had no evidence.
Well,
depending on the father.
He did a very good job of cleaning himself up, or he didn't do the shooting.
Alan's in Cedar Park on KLBJ. Good morning. Welcome, Alan.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. The caller that called in about the militarization of the police, and he said what's going to happen is people are going to lose faith in law enforcement, and then they're going to start to arm themselves and going to take the law into their own hands. So what I'm doing here is I'm kind of making a point of both of these stories. And he's absolutely right. And in all reality, with the way the police operate, that's what needs to happen. I don't care if this guy did kill this guy. I'm glad he got off. This is the way things, if you kill a member of my family, I'm going to come kill you. I don't care about the police. The police, it's not their son that died, it's my son.
But Alan,
I'm going to come take care of you.
Can I jump in something, Alan?
Go ahead.
It was a dark night. It was a curve in the road, and I think drunk or sober, it could have happened to anybody running into the back of this car. When you don't see it, you make a curve, and do you deserve the death penalty if you do that? This is tragedy. Let me
tell you something. If that were me, after witnessing my two sons cut in half, my mental state would have been so deteriorated that I would not have been responsible for my actions.
I think you're absolutely.
I would have done. You know what? I'd have done the same thing. I feel like in that state of mind, I'd have done the
same thing. And I'm glad that the jury nullified it. But in this country, we're a nation of laws. We're a nation of laws. No, we're not. Law is something that rich people who can afford lawyers hide behind. Whenever someone who's got money gets in trouble, or Rosemary Lindbergh, they turn around and walk away from it.
All right, Alan. Thank you. Got you. Robin, South Austin, you're on KL. KLBJ. Hello, Robin.
Hi, yes, sir. I think it's interesting how y'all just talked about state of mind, because my comment was, I don't know all the facts about this case in Angleton. I'm a former prosecutor and an attorney myself. But I would argue heat of passion. I mean, if he went right home, got his gun, and went and shot this guy, first of all, state of mind, I would argue heat of passion offense. And second of all, I know that, one of you had said, does he deserve the death penalty for the Dark Knight and, drunk or not? But let me ask you this. Do you have a daughter?
Yes, I do.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Let me ask you this. If your daughter, God forbid, had been raped and you found out right away, okay, would you wait, I'm telling you, it's felony, right? Would you wait, 6 months to a year, depending on what county you're in, to indict the guy or girl, and then another year and a half to 2 years until it gets reset and reset and reset, take care of business? Or would you, honestly, would you consider taking care of business yourself? Because as a mom myself, and my husband, if we had a daughter, I guarantee you he would probably take care of it himself.
If I walked in on my daughter being raped by a thug,
Does that mean, Robin, you would execute the rapist?
Execute the rapist?
I would. You know what? I haven't been in that situation, and none of us were in a situation at the time when this guy witnessed his kid being killed, okay, by a drunk driver, and that does distinguish it, because the facts are he was drunk. We don't know what would have happened if he weren't.
But the nagging question is, did the person who killed the driver know he was a drunk driver or just a bad driver?
Robin, thanks very much. 7:53 at KLBJ.